So tell me if this sounds familiar. You enter a grocery store, your child spots a candy bar and you say no. And within seconds, your child starts screaming, shouting, kicking on the floor, hitting, and you can feel each and every eye staring at you. Or you're a teacher and mid-math lesson, there comes a pencil flying across the classroom. Or you're the parent of a teenager and after setting up a boundary, boom, the door slams. You are embarrassed, frustrated, angry, or maybe even guilt kicks in. I have been there, and I think so we all have been there. But here's something I want you to hold on to. That our children are not trying to manipulate us. They are trying to communicate something that they don't yet have the words for. Behavior is a form of communication, and how we respond can either add fuel to the fire or can help us all come back to calm. Welcome to the second episode of Little Learner's Big Question, Chaos to Calm, where we are going to learn how we can respond without losing our peace. So why do these meltdowns happen? So neuroscience tells us that when stress hits, whether you're 3 or 33, your brain goes into one of these states. The first one is the survival state, where the brain is questioning, am I safe? This gets triggered where there is loss of control, there are loud noises, there's a sudden change, or you perceive that there's a physical danger. You will see toddlers acting like they start hitting, biting, shouting, screaming, kicking on the floor, and we as adults will also start doing the same. The second one is the emotional state. In the emotional state, the brain is questioning, am I really loved? This gets triggered when you feel that you are misunderstood or there is rejection. And because of this, you will see toddlers or teenagers acting very weirdly. Like the teenagers slamming the door on your face or swearing at you. Or you will have the toddlers who will start crying over a toy being broken or will throw a tantrum because you're giving more attention to the sibling. In terms of adults, you can just suddenly snap at someone or you can completely shut down when you're being criticized. And the third is the executive state, where the brain is actually questioning that what can I learn from this situation? Now this gets triggered when you feel safe, connected and calm. This is where you can see the toddler saying that I am feeling upset right now, so I'm going to go and hug my teddy. This is where you will be responding in a tough situation by saying, let me come back to this later. Now here's the kicker. The children cannot directly jump from the survival or the emotional to the executive state. They need us to guide them. And if we stay in chaos, so will they. Our regulation becomes their regulation. So before we talk about what to do, let's talk about what not to do. First is yelling to gain control. Second is to use punishment as a form of threat. And third, shaming publicly by asking in front of everyone what's wrong with you or telling your friends and family, he troubles me all the time. Let's be real, this does stop the behavior sometimes in the moment. But it does not teach the kids how to deal with these big feelings. It leaves them stuck in the survival or emotional state. And that's where the 3 steps of going from chaos to calm comes in. First step is to pause and to regulate yourself. Whenever chaos erupts, remember that your job is not to fix the child first, but to rather ground yourself. So take a deep breath, ground your feet, maybe even whisper to yourself that I can handle this. And let's be real, it's easy to say to take a pause, but what if you have your toddler thrashing at you, or you have your teenager shouting at you, or there are 20 kids screeching at the top of their voice in the classroom, and you do lose it? Let me tell you, it doesn't make you a bad parent or teacher. It just makes you human and you're learning. The win is in making conscious efforts to understand your triggers and then making an effort to come back and reconnect. Step 2 is connect, acknowledging the emotion. It's important to connect before you correct. Maybe saying to the toddler that I know that you're feeling upset because I said no to the candy. Or to that student in the math class that I can understand that math is feeling tough right now. It's very frustrating. Connection in no way means that you approve of the behavior, but it makes the child feel acknowledged. And as and when they feel that their feelings are being heard and understood, they will automatically start coming down from their survival or emotional to the executive state. And that's when the step 3 comes in, where you can guide them. Use this as the teaching moment, where you can either give them alternatives or you can tell them what is a better way of doing whatever they're trying to express. Maybe to the toddler, instead of saying stop hitting, you can tell them I don't want you to hit. You can rather stomp your feet. To the teenager who's slamming the door on your face, you can say that I know it's frustrating that you can't go out to the party, but let's plan something for the Saturday instead. And always say, next time, what else can we try? This immediately shifts discipline from punishment to teaching. Now, here's one thing that nobody tells us adults, that for us to actually pause in the moment when the chaos is erupting, you need to build your endurance in the quiet moments before it. It's just like training for a marathon. You don't wait for the race day to actually start practicing, right? You build your endurance day by day, little by little. So these are some of the practices that you can interweave into your daily routine. First is to have some micro practices of deep breathing or stretching interspersed in your day to release that energy and to bring back the calm feeling. Second one is body awareness. Notice when is it that your jaw is clenching, when does your shoulders tighten, and when your body is having a negative response. That's your body telling you slow down before you blow up. The third one is to pre-decide your response. Decide that the next time that my child is going to shout, I will kneel down and lower my voice. The fourth one is recovery. Recovery counts too. And if there are times that you do blow up, and you will, it's important that you repair yourself. You apologize, circle back, because every time you recover is what will help you in building the endurance to deal with such moments. Now let me share with you some practical tools and strategies that you can use in your house or in the classroom. These are rooted in the conscious discipline practice, which has been developed by Dr. Becky Belly, who is a famous child psychologist. The first one is creating a safe space. This is like a cozy corner, not a punishment corner or a timeout zone. I want you to imagine soft cushions, breathing charts, stuffed toys, a place where the child enters, they automatically feel that they are safe. And this is a place that screams that yes, you can calm down and you can learn how to handle big feelings. Second one is having rituals and routines. Someone has said, and I quote, that routines help in building safety and rituals help in building the connection. The kids thrive and they learn the best when they feel like they are a part of a family, be it at home or be it in the classroom. That's why it's important to have routines, some predictable greetings, some visual charts which tell us what they have to expect. The second is having rituals. Rituals like things that you do only in your classroom, like maybe a Friday song or a goodbye song or a greeting song and a dance, some secret handshake, or having a wishing well for a child who's absent. So here's the big shift that I want you to take away. Behavior is not defiance, it is a form of communication. And when you combine chaos to calm steps along with the endurance practices for adults and slowly start integrating the conscious discipline tools, you will start seeing this as an opportunity to teach and not to react or punish. Don't forget to follow Little Learner's Big Questions for more such real stories and practical tools. And I have also put together a cheat sheet with a lot of strategies and step-by-step guide. If you want it, please comment calm. Because chaos will always erupt, but calm is also there, and it starts with us.